What up, Coop Group? Welcome to Alliance War Season 26, War number 12. The final war of Alliance War Season 26, where SAS goes against MrBeck's alliance. And let me tell you, this alliance we went against is basically Kenobi alts, some people from Apaco, a bunch of other Latino speakers. So, I had some buddies in this alliance when I used to be in GT40. Some people were in there with me. So we were chatting on WhatsApp during it, and it was interesting, to say the least, of what was going on in those chats. But anyways, we're going to have 3 fights this war. After an amazing war, last war, where we died a few times, which definitely never happened, we're assigned only 3 fights this war. We'll be in Path 9, taking the second fight, and in Path 1, taking 2 fights. Now, we were assigned kind of backup for 2 other fights, but, of course, Coop doesn't move in war. Yeah, he does. So, I ended up not taking those fights. I did push to get some energy for a few alliance mates who were pushing me to push them to give energy. So, yeah. We were originally scheduled for that sorcerer and that cable, but we had better options for it rather than warlock and quake. So, yeah, pretty quick war video for you today. And we're going to end with a kind of a small, quick recap of Alliance War Season 26. And just my quick feelings, and just let you know that we have a huge 6-star opening coming up. Huge 6-star opening coming up, Coop style, where we spin out the crystals, I close my eyes, you give me hints, and blah, yeah, yeah, I open 6 stars. Anyways, we were winning at this point, 2-0. At the point when I joined war, 2-0. It's going well. For now. So I'm going to boost up big for all 3 of my fights. I'm able to take all 3 of my fights right now on the same boosts. I have inbound boosts, and because it's a 4-week off season, I'm not going to be using them for the whole off season. I'm going to be able to build up quicker for those again. So I'm going to use them for all of my fights. The first fight is Red Hulk versus Apocalypse. This fight is always super long because of Resistor and Power Focus 1. You have to bait out his special 1s, and your hits basically do no damage, and because of your second damage with Red Hulk, the fight takes forever, but it would take longer with most of the other champions who don't crit as easily. Now, Ghost might be able to do this fight, except for the fact there's Protect. So if there wasn't Protect, Ghost would easily destroy this fight. I could probably have taken my fights with the boss down, to be honest, now that I think of it, but this fight's pretty easy. So it's just a long Red Hulk fight where I get to my special 3. That's the first goal. Get off my big Incinerate with special 3. And then he's going to become Incinerate immune. And from there, just do more special 3s or just keep hitting him and Dex out of the special 1. And I put an inbound on for safety. I knew for sure I would not get hit in this fight at all. But there's no way in heck I'm going to die 2 wars in a row and make it more than 3 deaths in a season. 3 is already pushing it. It's more than most people in my alliance. And I did that all in 1 war. My gosh. It's so funny. Still living through that. But anyways. He's down to about 75%. 1/4 of the way there after a minute. So you can tell how slow this fight is going to be. I knew the inbound boost was only going to last for this fight, because of how long this fight was. You should just speed up through this fight, because, my gosh, it's a long fight. It's the same thing over and over. Red Hulk just throwing his hits. I don't bother throwing special 1s because they won't do any damage at all. I think I throw a few special 2s here and there just to get a few more regen. I think the next combo I might throw one. I don't really think I want to throw special 3s because of, I might throw it anyways, but I don't think I want to because of how long it takes for a special 3 and how long this fight already is. He's at 52%, and a lot of that damage was from the Incinerate that he's now immune to, that I can't throw anymore. So yeah. A minute and a half into this fight, and he's down to halfway. So I know that there's another 2 minutes in this fight, most likely, which means my inbound boost is going to be gone. So sad. But that special 3 did some good damage, to be honest, especially with the second damage there. And I'm just going to evade out of it special 1. That's kind of my goal every single time because I'm able to evade that last part. I did take the first blocked hit there, but it's not a big deal. This is my only Red Hulk fight this war. There was a Dragon Man, I think, on 49, but we take that with Black Widow Clairvoyant. And our buddy in the Alliance does amazing for that fight. Black Widow Clairvoyant. Tactics destroys it. But yeah, I was thinking about pushing to a special 2 here, just kind of baiting out only special 2, but I'm like, you know what, let's just bait special 1s. We're going to finish this fight above 50%. It's crazy how this fight is longer than if you were to fight Apocalypse with Red Hulk on Node 49 mini-boss hazard shift. It's ridiculous. But luckily, Red Hulk takes no hazard shift damage, and this fight's almost over. Throwing a special 2 to heal up a little bit. Not that it matters again, because this is my only Red Hulk fight. I'm going to evade out of the special 1 at the last second. Thought about doing an intercept there, but I'm like, you know what, let's be safe. There is an invuln going, but I need to be safe. 3 minutes is up. Invuln is gone. And yeah, not very happy with that. I wish it would have been a quicker fight. But this Apocalypse is basically down. I believe just one more combo after the special, then he'll be down to 3%. I was hoping that would finish him off on a crit, but of course it wouldn't, because all the crit resistance from resistor, ridiculous combo here, still didn't put him down. That shows how little damage it happens. 3.5 minutes, that fight is over. On to path 1, straight to it on the same boosts. I'm going to put on one more invuln boost, so I'm hoping it'll last me for the next 2 Quake fights. I did have Warlock kind of as backup for those other fights in case I needed him. I could have Warlocked this next fight, but the Magneto I definitely would not have Warlocked. So, to be honest, I don't think these guys are really good at defense placement. MrBeck's Alliance, they are decent at offense because, again, they are mainly Kenobi alts and Apoco people who just all pilot each other and just only let people who know how to play war fight in war. Because their battle group ended up dying 0 against us, so they're decent at attacking, but they're not good at defense. You'll see the next fight after this one is a 5-star Magneto on a node on Buffet where you can easily Archangel, because you can Archangel Magneto because he's immune to ability accuracy reduction, so it's just, why would you place him on the easiest node to Archangel or Quake? Anyways, we're on this fight against, I think, node 30 against LongShot. I put my invuln back on. My goal here is kind of to out-damage Vigor if I can. Vigor will reset the timer every 25% interval of health. So at 75%, 50, and 25, it'll reset. So if I can get him down below that threshold, or the 50% threshold, or 25% threshold before Vigor activates, like right there, then we'll be good. Obviously, when it activates, it just makes the fight longer because he regens, but it's not a big deal. I'm hoping to get off this next Aftershock cycle before the next cycle of Vigor hits. It's going to just get off and hits him just below 25%, so that Vigor timer resets perfectly. Now, I could have easily Warlocked this fight again, but I figured I need to be better with Quake. I need to do more with Quake. And throw off a heavy here just to finish off the fight, because I can. I knew it was over. Now on to the final fight, Quake vs. Magneto. Now, this is a very simple Quake fight. All you gotta do is activate Buffet, or you can do parry heavy style if you want, but you can activate Buffet, then activate your dexterity right after that, then keep a dexterity on without hitting him, and you'll be good for the whole fight. Again, I think Archangel will be a lot stronger on this node, because he can bleed, and then you can just put neurotoxins on, not worry about Buffet, not worry about Indomitable at all, and Archangel just will destroy this guy, because again, Archangel is immune to ability accuracy reduction, so he can easily not have the him being a metal being an issue against Magneto, because it's immune to ability accuracy reduction. But anyways, I have my invuln still going. I was a bit shaky, and to be honest, I was doing these fights, which I didn't say earlier, in a car. I was in the passenger seat. My brother was driving. We're on our way to gymnastics training, and there's a few bumps. You'll see the moment I get hit. I think in like 2 more cycles, I get hit by Magneto. 3 of the hits are obviously from the indestructible, and 2 he does pass the indestructible. And right there, I get hit, and I'm like, dude, like, I think there was just a bump in the road. It messed me up. I was like, dude, I told my brother, I'm like, dude, drive careful. He's like, I am. I'm like, all right, not your fault, my fault. I probably just missed my dexterity there. But yeah, it's going pretty decent. There are a few moments where I'm doing a double dexterity or anything just to catch back on again. But again, it's going well. He's not whiffing, which is nice, because I know if he whiffs, then I am screwed, and he's going to whiff, and I'll actually throw off a heavy, and then there goes Buffet. But it's going better than I thought. I'm at 91%, and he has 1 cycle left. Right here, going to finish him off, Magneto down, and that's the war for me. And we ended up tying this war 3-3. And my god, the end of this war, it wasn't stressful, but it got annoying from the other alliance because they knew we weren't dying anymore. We had 2 fights left. And they knew that a tie would push them out of Masters and keep us possibly in Masters. There's a chance this tie could screw us out of Masters. But SAS is a very noble alliance. We're not going to pay off anybody to die to give us a win on purpose because they, no matter what, a tie would push them out of Masters. We're not going to do that. But anyways, yeah, we ended up tying this war. 3 deaths this season. And with Warlock just for this whole season just being the king of the season, 42% of my fights, with Quake at 36 and Red Hawk at 3rd place for this season. And you don't see Ghost at all anywhere close to the top 3 of this season, which is weird. So yeah, not very happy with this tie, but here's all the paths I did this season. You can pause it or don't pause it. We did 5 shared nodes, and mainly on path 9 and path 1 in section 2. I did touch a bunch of the paths in section 1, to be honest. You see all but like path 2 basically and path 8. But path 9 was just the biggest path I was on because I had Red Hawk mainly and Quake. And then for section 2, I was mainly always, as you see, on path 1. 8 out of the 12 wars on path 1. I did hit a few of the other paths, path 2, 4, and 7 section 2, with 5 total shared nodes, which means that people had to wait on me for 5 wars. But yeah, I did hit a good amount of mini bosses this season. I believe when I was a ghoster, I hit like no mini bosses, but I hit like a good amount, especially node 24 on the left side in the middle. And then I hit node 49 a lot, hit node 50 twice, which I don't even remember hitting. Yeah, so I'm pretty proud of my progress this season. Especially, I'm very excited to be in SAS. I had a great season. It was a lot of fun. I'm hoping to be here for as long as they allow me to, especially when I die 3 times in a war, which won't be happening very often, I promise. And thank you guys so much for letting me into the Alliance this season. Now, here's our stats for the season. We did win only 5 wars this season, I believe, with 3 ties, especially that last tie, which is, we fought really well. For the ties like that we had, we fought really well, better than our losses, which we had 4 losses, and those wars just weren't pretty, especially my 3 deaths against GT40. Anyways, this graphic is provided by Janick. He also does some awesome videos with a lot of graphics and just great analyzation on his channel. I think his description should be of his video in my description. Check him out. So yeah, did we get Masters? Did we make Masters? Drumroll, please. Okay, that wasn't a drum roll, but yes, we just barely slipped into Masters in the final spot, in spot number 20 in Masters, which is rank 17, because the top 3 don't count here. But I'm so happy to actually make Masters. I was very concerned when talking to the other alliance and our alliance that a tie would push us out of Masters, because we knew we had to win this war to be better, but a tie actually is better for us. The fact that we made Masters 1, and 2, it doesn't push our war rating higher, so that next season we can have a lower war rating when starting, although it's a 4-week off season. Then we can play against lower alliances to kind of win the first few, or we can be like some of the higher alliances this season who ended up dying the first few wars, got quite the nice war rating, and then won the rest of them because they had easier matchups. Because we had quite the hard matchups this season. We had 4 matchups in a row that just were just difficult, and including one that was a tie against Noon. And we knew that with our matchups this season, we did really well. And SAS is a great alliance, they're great in AQ, great in AW, super fun to be in, and I had a good time. So hopefully you come to my war opening video. I'll be opening, I think, 10 6 stars, maybe 11, maybe a featured or 2. And it'll be that fun opening where I close my eyes, I hide the screen and stream. I can only see the chat, and you guys help tell me based on what you see. You give me hints, and I guess the champions. It's a lot of fun. Check out my last videos of me doing that, or just come into the stream. It should be coming in the next few days. But catch you later. It's Coop, signing off. Happy gaming and happy off season.